Hey, what's up, guys? Houston here. Look, if you're not getting $5, $10, $15,000 out of Amazon from their credit cards, then I'm gonna actually show you a hack, and I'm gonna actually teach you how to stack so that you'll be able to leverage. All right. Now, the first thing is understanding that Amazon, they do have multiple cards. All right. So the cards that you're going to be focusing in on is the Amazon Store and the Amazon Visa. Okay. Now they do have the Amazon Amex. Now that's for those that want to start a business, you're an entrepreneur and stuff. However, we're going to focus on the Amazon Store and we're going to focus on the Amazon Visa. Now let's understand this. With the Amazon Store card, they issue that card through Synchrony, right? Now, most people are not aware that with Synchrony, they use a Vantage 3 or 4 score. Why is that a big deal? Well, let me help you understand. With the Synchrony, since they use a Vantage 3 or 4, that's your low-hanging fruit. So anybody that follows me, you should know this is your low-hanging fruit. And so you can actually manipulate your credit score to help get a higher limit. And how you do that is what you want to do. You can add authorized users. You can add rental payments. You can add utilities, and you can add subscriptions. That's going to enhance your credit score for the Vantage score. All right. Now, something else you can do to help enhance your credit score for the Vantage score, and that is if you're using Credit Karma. Okay, so Credit Karma gives you access to your TransUnion and your Equifax file, correct? So that's a Vantage score file. So what you want to do, since the Amazon Store card uses Synchrony and Synchrony pulls TransUnion, so what you want to do is through your Credit Karma, you want to go in there and you want to dispute all of the negative items on your TransUnion as well as your Equifax. Now, what happens with you by you doing that? What's going to end up happening within 48 to 72 hours? Those accounts usually fall off your Vantage score, okay? And that's going to increase your Vantage score, all right? Because we're going to prep the file. Like I said, if you want 5, 10, 15,000, you have to prep the file, all right? Now, there's something else you can do, and this is an option as well. You can actually go get a loan that does not do a hard pull on the personal credit, nor does it report on the personal credit. All right. So those are going to be like your tribal lender loans. All right. And so with those type of loans, you use those loans to pay down your revolving debt. That will also increase your credit score. Now, your tribal lender loans would be like Green Dollar loan. They go up to $5,000. Interest rates 5.99 up to 35.99. Then you have Viva Payday loans. They offer those type of loans, 5.99 up to 35.99. Okay, so those type of loans, those are on platform. They're from tribal lenders. Now there are direct tribal lenders, but when you start paying those loans back, those loans will start reporting. So that would be with like Rise Credit. Okay, they give a direct tribal lender $5,000. The interest rates, by the way, on like with Rise Credit as well as Uprover, that gives up to $5,000. By them being a direct lender, their interest rates is definitely going to be much higher than those platform loans that I was telling you about. Okay, but the main point about it is being able to get that money and pay down your revolving debt. All right, now that's number one. Number two, okay, is being able to make sure you have good income. If you're trying to get $5, $10, $15,000, okay, from Amazon, then your income definitely is going to have to be $45,000 or more. Okay. Now, from the credit files I've been seeing that do have the higher limits, usually the income is about $60,000 to $75,000. Okay, but I would say the minimum income when you're trying to get 5, 10, 15,000 is about 45,000. So that means total household income as well. All right. So that's number 2. Number 3 is going into Chase. Okay. Here's the thing about it with Chase. With Chase issuing the Amazon card, okay, they're going to use a FICO 8 scoring. Okay. Now, with their FICO 8 scoring, they're usually going to pull Experian. Also, there's a quick little hack I'm going to tell you in a minute that's going to help you. They use a FICO 8 scoring as well. Now, here's the thing about it. They usually pull Experian. Minimum credit score with them is usually a 640. Now, this is a little hack that you actually can do. Look at your credit file, okay? Looking at your FICO 8 credit file. What you want to do is pick whichever credit score is the highest, okay? Then your lower credit score files, you want to lock those credit files up, okay? By you locking up those credit files, it's going to force Synchrony to choose from that credit file, the highest score credit file, as well as Chase pulling from the highest score credit file, all right? So those are how to get higher limits from those. Now, like I said, let's talk about actually stacking. Look, if you're getting approved for that card and you have a FICO 8 credit score, okay, with a FICO 8 credit score, all right, with a FICO 8 credit score about a 580, all right, then you want to look at Capital One Saver One card. You do not want the Platinum card. The reason you do not want the Platinum card is because the Saver One Capital One card is for a minimum credit score of a 580. However, they will give you a higher limit with that card. Even if you had messed up a credit account with Capital One and it's over 12 months, they will forgive and still give you another credit card. Again, making sure that you've already prepped that file. Again, we're talking about stacking, okay? Then what you want to do, okay, is apply for the, you want to apply for the Capital One Spark Classic. I'm a little distracted because people are talking beside me. You want to apply for the Capital One Spark Classic. It's a gold card, okay? And so with that card, usually the minimum they will give you is about $3,000. Now, it's a business card. It does report both on the business as well as the personal. Now, do you have to have a registered business? No. However, I would tell you this. If you have a registered business, there's a lot more companies that will be willing to give you a loan from the activity of the business instead of focusing on the personal credit. Okay, I'll tell you some other places where you can get money if you're like an entrepreneur and stuff and you're trying to get higher limits with Amazon and stuff like that. Another thing you can do, you can go to Giggle Finance. If you're an entrepreneur, you're doing DoorDash and stuff like that, you can go to Giggle Finance. They'll give you up to $5,000, okay? And all they want to make sure is that you have an active checking account with deposits, deposits 3 to 4 times a month, okay? And the minimum income is about $1,500. The same thing with Fundo. They give up to $10,000. It's a merchant cash advance. But those are two places if you're an entrepreneur and don't work a regular job. Now, for you guys that work a regular job, another way for you to increase your income so that you can have extra money to pay down your revolving debt, to increase your credit score, to get a higher limit with Amazon, and that would be to file exempt using your W-4 form. You can do that 3 to 4 months. And that way they'll stop taking federal income taxes out of your check. And so by them stop taking federal income taxes out of your check, then you'll be able to use that money to pay down your revolving debt. Your credit score goes up, and then you can get higher limit Amazon. Now, here's another thing I want to take this back. If you have a 524 with Chase, what that means is you have 5 open revolving accounts. okay, within the past 24 months. All right. So with Chase, if you have 5 accounts open within the past 24 months that are revolving, so they do not count authorized users. They do not count loans. It's just revolving accounts, like credit cards and stuff. Then they still may approve you. But make sure if they deny you, look on your credit file and see, do you have an authorized user or a personal loan or a line of credit on there. Then you can call them and over the phone, and they will be able to look at your account. That's with Chase. Now with Synchrony is a different animal, okay? Because in order to get credit limit increases, they do it every 6 months, okay? So that's what they do every 6 months. So that's the reason why I tell you, like with Synchrony, when you prepping your file, it's best to prep your file first and apply the first time, and then every 6 months. You can't do it every 90 days. It's every 6 months, all right? So I hope that this helps you. If you have any question about business credit funding, personal credit funding, removing negative items off the credit, click the link in the description. Schedule a one-on-one consultation. Thank you.